The ancient Greeks knew the secret of the Milky Way, and it's something that they don't want us to know. What is the hypochthonion, and what is the heavenly Hades? We know from astronomy that the Milky Way surrounds the ecliptic. Actually, the ecliptic is at an angle of about 90 degrees to the galactic plane, but to the Earth observer, the image he receives is that the Milky Way encloses the zodiac. It's known that on dark nights away from city lights, a part of the Milky Way is visible from Earth like a milky streak that crosses our sky. Our mythology tells us that the name galaxy, galaxias, came from milk, the milk of Hera. Gala is milk in Greek, so galaxy. The milk of Hera, which spilled when Hercules tried to nurse from her, and as soon as she perceived him, she pushed him away from her breast, causing her milk to spill and to create the galaxy. So the mythology goes. In other words, we see that galaxias, the galaxy, has a direct relationship with Hercules. We also know that Hercules is a hero who, after completing the tasks assigned to him, was deified by Zeus. Thus, Hercules depicts the human soul, which, when it completes its labors in the world of birth, returns to the imaginary from where it started. Besides mentioning this mythology of ours, is there anything else that will allow us to delve further into possible mystical use of the galaxy? Well, the ancient Greek Philoponus makes the following reference. Some of their theologians of the Greeks held that the so-called galaxy is the end of a circle and that it is a land of rational souls. This is from Philoponus de Aeternitato Mundi 720. De Proclus emphasizes to us that, quote, and Pythagoras mysteriously names the galaxy and the place of souls as Hades because that is where the souls come together, end quote. Proclus comments on the State 2.129. In another passage, Philoponus says, Damascus appropriates the theory of Ependotimus about milk, galaxy, considering it a fact and not a myth, for he says that the Milky Way is the road through which souls pass to the heavenly Hades. Philoponus commentaries on Aristotle's Meteorology I-8. So here we see a reference to heavenly Hades, while the general image we have from our mythology is that Hades is under the earth and its entrance is at Cape Tainaro, or in another version from the Acheron River in Epirus, northern Greece. We will turn to solve our question in Homer. If we look at some of the references Homer makes about Hades, we see that he makes references to two kinds of Hades, a hypochthonic Hades, that is under earth, and a heavenly Hades. In the hypochthonic Hades, souls seem to go without any help, and Homer tells us that Ulysses went to Hades of his own accord to meet Tiresias, and there he also met the shadow of Hercules, which is strange since from what we know, Hercules was deified. On the contrary, the O of the Odyssey, Homer tells us, in Rhapsody O of the Odyssey, Homer tells us that Hermes carries the souls of the suitors to Hades, taking them beyond the gates of Helios. Therefore, we observe that there is the hypochthonic Hades, the underworld, and the heavenly Hades, in the skies. In the hypochthonic Hades, the souls do not remain, but only their so-called shells, vehicles and tunics that are discarded shortly after death. For this reason, and Homer tells us that Ulysses meets the shadow of Hercules, while the soul of Hercules is already with the gods in Olympus. While in the heavenly Hades, they go with the escorts of Hermes, who is also the soul carrier. Without expanding, I think it's worth noting that the hypochthonic Hades is the so-called astral Kama Loka of the Indians, while the celestial Hades is the mental, the Devahan of the Indians. In other words, it seems that symbolically the Milky Way is the boundary that separates the sensible world from the imaginable. If we now see the galaxy as a sea that surrounds the sensible world, and refer to a passage of Proclus from his comments on the works and days of Hesiod, then we conclude that the mythological ocean is the galaxy. Quote, "It is even said that they dwell by the ocean which separates the imaginary place from the realm of Hades, and to which it is said that those who go to Hades first arrive." This is from Proclus Commentaries on Work on Days, 171 to 173. By the way, the Indians of India call the Milky Way Akasha Ganga, heavenly Ganges, likened it to a river. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.